Hello my fellow mongrels! Welcome to the last installment of my custom Hearthstone expansion, the Mongrel Horde. Last week we looked at the cards for Mage, Paladin, Priest and Rogue, and in today's video I'll be sharing the cards I made for all the remaining classes, starting with this one for Shaman, Princess Theradras.
The earth is your shield.
Theradras is a 7-mana 4/7 legendary elemental, and she is the mother of the entire Centaur race. Theradras is meant for a new elemental deck for Shaman in this expansion, and when you play her she will summon 2 random 1-cost elementals at the end of your next 5 turns, but these elementals will improve each time. That means that first she will summon 2 1-cost elementals, then the turn after 2 2-cost elementals, then 3-cost and so on. This effect will trigger from the turn you play Theradras, so the first 2 elementals will get summoned on the same turn as Theradras, and then once again on each of the 4 turns after that. Theradras is meant to be the core of a new elemental Shaman deck in this expansion, and Shaman gets many new cards for this package. The Mongrel Horde expansion introduces the new keyword Warband. When you include a card with the Warband keyword in your deck, you get access to a new page where you can select 3 token minions out of a list of 9 to become your Warband. These 3 token minions can then be generated by other cards. Shaman gets these 2 cards that generate Warband members. Shaman also gets a payoff for the Warband, Warlock Krumsar.
Your skulls will shatter beneath my hooves!
Krumsar is a 5-mana 6/5 legendary minion, and when you play him he will overload the opponent by 1 for each Warband member you summon this game, even counting duplicates. Another big feature of the Mongrel Horde expansion is the new Kobold minion type. Each class gets a Kobold minion that has some kind of bonus or effect while adjacent to another Kobold, like Candle Wreath Kobold for Shaman. I guess this one has an effect if it isn't adjacent to a Kobold. The last card for Shaman is just this random spell that isn't meant to slot into any of the archetypes. Now let's move on to the cards for Warlock. Warlock also gets access to a Warband, and it all leads to Mutanus the Mongrel. Mutanus is a 4-mana 4/4 legendary minion, and if you summoned 4 Warband members this game, Mutanus will eat a random minion in your opponent's hand. And while it's not outright stated on the card, Mutanus will also gain the stats of the minion he ate. I guess it'll be one of those positively surprised scenarios. Warlock gets a few cards that generate Warband members. Warlock also gets a Kobold minion, Fellbolt. Like the Shaman one, this one will trigger an effect if it isn't adjacent to a Kobold. The rest of the cards for Warlock are based around a new self-destruction / egg Warlock archetype. Warlock gets these 2 new egg minions with 0 attack but strong death rattles. Warlock gets many cards for destroying and benefiting from these eggs. The payoff to this egg Warlock deck is Professor Mongrel. Mongrel is Murloc Holmes' arch nemesis, and he has joined up with the Mongrel Horde. He is a 5-mana 4/3 legendary Murloc, and when you play him he will re-summon all friendly minions you've destroyed this game. That means any friendly minion that died from a spell you cast or one of your battle cries, or really anything else that happens during your turn aside from combat. Once they've been resummoned, Mongrel will then destroy them again, allowing you to benefit from any death rattles they may have right away. Now for the final class of the Mongrel Horde, Warrior. Warrior gets the legendary Django Spothide. Django is a 6-mana 3/8 minion with Rush, and anytime he takes damage he will give all your minions +1 attack, whether they are in your hand, deck or battlefield. This will even include Django himself. Warrior gets many cards that revolve around or benefit from your minions taking damage. Like, many cards. Warrior's Kobold minion even sorta slots into this package too. The rest of the cards for Warrior revolve around the Warband keyword, such as the legendary hero card, Hogger Mongrel King.
Hogger show you why Stormwind hate him!
Hogger is the leader of the Mongrel Horde. He costs 6 mana to play, and he will give you 5 armor like most hero cards, and will then cast the Brawl spell, randomly destroying all minions on the battlefield except for 1. Hogger's hero power is Reinforcements, which will summon a random member of your Warband for 2 mana. Warrior gets some more Warband support through these 2 cards, one that generates warband members and one that buffs them. Okay, now let's move on to the neutral cards. There's 35 neutral cards in total, so I'll only be showing some of them. Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out where you can see the rest. Let's start with a neutral legendary, Marshal Dugan.
Their forces have spread. We must not let them reach Stormwind.
I've showed this card before, so I'll try to keep it brief. Dugan is a 3-mana 3/4 minion, and he is the free legendary of the Mongrel Horde. When you play him, you get to look at 3 minions in your opponent's hand, and you can then choose one. Dugan will then start a side quest that requires you to destroy the minion in any way, even if it's destroyed by the opponent. The minion gets marked with a visual effect, you can always recognize it. Then once the side quest is completed, you'll get to discover one of 3 amazing rewards. You can just see them for yourself here. Enough about Dugan, let's look at some of the other cards. You know how I said each class gets a kobold minion? Well, the plan is that you'd also be able to build an entire kobold deck. So I've also made a lot of neutral kobolds. There's too many to show, but here you can see some of them. The expansion also comes with a legendary kobold, Candle King Uncrowned.
You no take candle!
I've also shown this card before, so I won't go into too much detail. Candle King Uncrowned is a 6-mana 4/9 kobold with stealth, and once 3 adjacent kobolds have died, he will destroy all minions and summon a 20/20 Devouring Darkness. This effect is represented by 3 purple candles below the Candle King that each snuff out once an adjacent kobold has died, so you can keep track of the progress. We can't forget about the other big feature of the Mongrel Horde, Warband. The neutral set also comes with some cards that generate warband members. Warband is actually only available to 6 of the classes in the expansion, but with these neutral cards you can build a warband as any class. The neutral set also comes with some legendary support to your warband, Lieutenant Fangor. Fangor is a 10-mana legendary minion, but he has no stats. This is because Fangor's stats and effect is a combination of your 3 warband members. Here you can see a couple different combinations you can make with Fangor. Moving on, the Mongrel Horde also reintroduces a mechanic from the Forge in the Barrens expansion, Watch Posts. I made 3 new watch posts for the expansion. I've also made a watch post payoff, E-Trick.
Looks like it's time for a fight!
E-Trick is a 7-mana 4/5 legendary minion, and if you played any watch post this game, you will summon all 3 watch posts from the Forge in the Barrens expansion. There's only one more legendary in the expansion, but before that I just wanted to show this card real quick, Carnivorous Gel. When I was finishing the expansion, I was only missing one card and I asked you guys to choose between this one and another, and this one was the one most of you voted for. Now for the last card of the expansion, Mankrik the Vengeful.
Finish these weaklings!
Mankrik is a 6-mana 3/7 legendary minion, and when you play him you can select a minion on the battlefield and Mankrik will then destroy it and all other minions on the battlefield that share its minion type. Well, that's it for the Mongrel Horde expansion. If you want to check out any of the other cards, you can head to the description and there's a link that takes you to an overview of all the cards in the expansion. That's it for today. I think with my next expansion I'll just do a single video about the cards, cause these videos really haven't been getting so many views, probably because all the cards were available for you to see right away. Anyway, if you did watch these, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm probably gonna take a little break before my next upload, but the next video should be my mini set for Blackrock Mountain, so stay tuned for that. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, it really does help. And with that, I will see you next time.